Bandana back again. More content for the culture. And what we're reacting to today is a clip from a podcast that's going viral. This girl, was his ZZ Mills or something like that. It seems to be. They're having a conversation where she's making an argument that marriage is the same thing as prostitution.
Very controversial to say. Marriage also is sex work, because a lot of women, what they're doing is women engage in marriage from a place where, okay, he's gonna take care of you financially, and there's a home for you to live in. What you are doing is you're fulfilling a role. So you're going to either be some sort of like homemaker, homekeeper, you're raising and rearing the kids. You are partnering with him and sleeping with him in the hopes that the trade-off will be that you get validation, love, and upkeep. And the man understands and believes that if he continues to fulfill that role for you, then the arrangement works, because marriage is an arrangement. Now, why I say it's prostitution is because whilst it's not necessarily on the surface, you're fucking for a transaction or exchange, there's something that you're fucking for.
All right, so that's her theory that she thinks is similar or the same. So I think what it is that I don't know what this woman's background is. I don't see a ring on her hand, so she don't look like she's married. So let's go with this, right? As a married man, I can tell you, part of the club, it's more to it than that surface level, right? On the surface level, you could say, "Oh, yeah, it's transactional because you get this, you get that," and if you stop doing certain things or bringing certain qualities to the table, that person is no longer going to want to be with you. And yes, but it's not in that sense that she's thinking of it. It's more in the sense of when you are in a relationship and you are in a marriage, especially. It's about the support and meeting each other's needs, right? That's what it really is about. It's not about the fact that you don't do this, so now it gives me a free pass to do this. Like, it's not in a sense. That's where a lot of people fail at it, in my opinion. I'm not an expert at all. I'm just giving you what it looks like to me, right? A lot of times it's like, the reason a lot of people fail at it is because they look at it like, if you're not doing this, and this for me, then this no longer, it voids the contract. And it's not a business contract like that, when it is business in a sense, right? Legally and things like that. But if you want it to work, you have to keep working at it. And there's going to be times where it will feel uneven. It'll be times where you'll feel like you're doing the lion's share or your partner may. But that's when it comes down to let's make it a business, right? So when you go back to business, they tell you write out a business plan before you enter into a business, and that way, whenever times is difficult, you can always go back to that business plan and refer to the business plan. That's what your vows, in a sense, is supposed to be about, right? Your vows is your pledge to this person, to the world, in front of the world, saying, regardless of whatever is going to happen from this day moving forward, I got you forever. So when you have that vow and that pledge, and you have those difficult times, you are able to look back on those vows, and look back on those videos, and look back on those moments where we brought families together, our families together, and we brought our villages together, and we united and made one. So there may be times when you're with your partner and their libido isn't the same as yours. Like, life is long, bro, and marriage is long. So it's like, you have to have the understanding of, when we came into this, for better or worse, we really said that. Like, people have to really think about that before they get into a marriage sometimes, I think, and say to themselves, if this person stops giving me head 2-3 times a week, if this person stops looking this sexually attractive way to me, will I still care enough for the person at their core, and value this person enough at their core to want to be with them? And of course, things happen in life, right? It's never just that simple, but it's really that simple. Like, you got to understand that whatever person you decide that you want to build your life with and commit to, you got to do that. You got to be 10 toes down on that. And that's why a lot of people look at married people with such respect, because they understand, like, yo, in order to make the marriage life work, like you're gonna go through them tests, you're gonna go through those obstacles in your life, and that's gonna also affect your marriage. So yeah, man, it can get real. It can get real in this life. Like sometimes people go through things where their partner can get cancer. Now she's not able to put it down the way she used to put it down. You got to be able to endure all of that, and you don't get those stories like that these days in the era of social media. And you know, just it's really the era of selfishness. It's not really the era of people building as much. And it's like that's why people have these views and these mentalities, because they don't see a lot of people who are able to carry the torch and really be about the life that they pledge to be about. They make those vows, and yes, things change, life happens, you go through things, but if both of y'all made that commitment, like to always hold each other down, always be there for each other, talk to the vets that been in it 40-50 years. It's easy. It's easy to just walk away. The hard thing is to just thug it out and figure it out, and understand, like, yo, I made a commitment to making this work and see it through. It's gonna be some nights you might have to sleep in the other room. Not to say that ain't my situation, but I'm just saying, like, I'm prepared for those things, right? And that's because it also comes with, I think it also comes with like having community, right? I can tell you when my situation with my wife, when we moved, like at one point when we were younger, we had moved to a certain spot where we were pretty far from family, and we weren't able to be around our community as much that could talk to you and walk you through things. You know, our relationship went through hard times. We even split up, but now we're in a place where we're close to our community, we're close to our families. And when you go around family is the one who oftentimes, if you're in a relationship, a good relationship where they adore your mate as well and respect your mate as they should, they'll be the ones recharging your battery and telling you keep going, keep pushing. You know, especially the families that have other examples in them. So your village is very important. That's why a lot of times they say it's not good for married people to hang out with single people, because sometimes when shit gets a little rocky, a single person will be like, man, I couldn't do it. I don't know how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you need somebody else who also in the trenches and understand, like, yo, you finna go through it, but you gonna get through it. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be all good. And that's what it's really about. It's not about transactional and sex for this and that. Like, on the surface, yeah, that's for the ones who don't make it, for sure. It's all about that. But for the ones who really gonna make it, it's all about your mentality. It's all about understanding that no matter what happens, I got this person, and I put my love and my faith and the trust in this person to know that this person got me too. If I walk out here tomorrow and get hit by a bus, I expect my wife to hold it down for me, feed me the applesauce, pull the plug if need be. Like, you understand, we have these conversations, you understand my mentality and my stance on a lot of things and my quality of life. Like, these are all the things that you have to discuss, and it's deeper than that. Life insurance policies is deep. It's deep. So it's like, yeah, a lot of people not really about that. Like, a lot of people not about this thing of ours. That's why it's only built for, you know what I'm saying, only built for Cuban links. Like, it's only built for people who's going to be able to survive the storm and keep your head on your shoulders and understand that even the tough times is just a tough time. You're going to get through it as long as you stick to that original foundation, stick to that understanding, stick to that trust, that what you build upon. This is the person that I selected, that I want to spend my life with, because I know their principles, morals, and values align with mine. And build businesses, homes, build each other up, teach each other things, right? Like, it's so much more than just transactional, because it's not transactional, right? It's times when I'm giving you my own reflections. It's times in my own marriage and things like that where I might feel like stagnant in certain areas. And you know the reason I'm able to kickstart it and get out of that rut is because I say to myself, all right, I got to start teaching myself something new so that way I could change my situation, a new skill, a new whatever it needs to be, right? And then I bring her along with me. Like, yo, once I'm interested in these stocks, check these stocks out. Like, you got to bring them along with you, because you build your partner. Jay said, if everybody on your team rich, your team is rugged, because nobody else full to be each other's crutches, something to that effect. And that's what it is when you even have a wife and a partner. Like, you're supposed to instill in that person, you're supposed to build that person up, so that way if ever anything falls and you ain't able to carry the load, you got a partner. That's why I always went. That's how I always looked at it. I always wanted a partner and not a dependent. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna bring the money home. I'm gonna take care of you, and I'm gonna provide for you as much as I can. That's a fact. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to want somebody who's going to be just as ambitious as me. I don't like somebody who just wants to reap the benefits of my hard work. That works for some people. I ain't knocking nobody. That works for some people. That don't work for me. That don't work for me. For me, I need a hustler, somebody with a vision, somebody who's gonna bring something to the table, right? If I'm selling these t-shirts, you need to know how to print them. You know what I'm saying? If I'm cleaning, if I'm detailing these cars, you need to know how to put the water into the thing, like something. I'm not gonna feel good when I come home at the end of the day from killing myself, and I'm looking at you like, oh, I had a wonderful day. And you know, that worked for some people. That worked for some people. I like my partner in the trenches with me. I like to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to each their own, though. To each their own. I like a woman that I look at and I'm saying, wow, she got her own thing going on. She ain't just up under me. She you know, she doing her thing too. Let me pour into her the way she pour into me. Let me support her the way she support me. Let me uplift her the way you get it? Reciprocity is the word. Not transactional. Reciprocity. Learn the difference. Learn life. Food for thought. Y'all do the dishes. Till next time, I'm going.